Hello, I'm Matthew Schneider. Today's topic is NFL Week 1 Power Rankings, my top five and my bottom five for Week 1. Let's start off with the top five power rankings of the first week in the NFL. We have the Kansas City Chiefs come in at number one of the top five power rankings, followed by the Minnesota Vikings, the Los Angeles Rams, the Baltimore Ravens, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The reason why I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs as the number one power ranking team in week one is because they went into New England and beat the mighty Patriots, of all people, in week one, where a lot of people were writing them off and said New England is going to cakewalk in week one. They went into New England and kicked their tail all over the field. New England couldn't stop the run, couldn't stop the pass. Their defense was absolutely terrible, was New England. The only bad thing that came out of that game is that safety Eric Berry of the Chiefs is out for the season with an ankle injury, an Achilles tendon. That's the only bad thing from the Chiefs that came out of that game. Outside that, they played awesome in week one. So they're number one on my power ratings of my top five. Now let's go to my number two, which is the Minnesota Vikings. I think the Minnesota Vikings played outstanding in week one against the Saints at home with the return of Adrian Peterson for the Saints, and they completely stuffed them. They stuffed the Saints' run game. They basically shut down a high-powered offense of Drew Brees, one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And the Minnesota Vikings is my number two in my power ratings. Let's go to number three. This one, it would be a shocker of the week. I picked the Colts to win this game, and they didn't even show up to play as the Los Angeles Rams kicked their tail all over the field. I believe the score was 46-9. They absolutely destroyed the Indianapolis Colts, and that is the reason why I'm taking the Los Angeles Rams as my third spot in the top ratings for the week one. Now let's go to number four, the Baltimore Ravens. The reason why I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens, Joe Flacco didn't really play much in preseason, played in that game, played okay, as they shut down the Cincinnati Bengals 20-0. The only shutout of week one in the NFL. So I'm going to take the Baltimore Ravens at number four in the top five. Now, in the top five, at number five, I'm taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. They went into Houston. Houston's coming off an emotional couple weeks with the hurricane, and Houston laid an egg. They lost 29-7. They got absolutely destroyed at Houston, and Jacksonville did everything they could in that game, any which way. So I'm taking Jacksonville at number five in my top five. Now, let's go to the bottom five of the week. I'm going to go number one in the bottom five. I'm going to Indianapolis Colts. They looked absolutely trash in week one. They must miss Andrew Luck a lot. If he doesn't get back healthy, the Colts are going nowhere soon, nowhere fast, and will stink all year. Now, let's go to number two. I took the Houston Texans. Coming off an emotional couple weeks, they went out, they laid an egg. Tom Savage looked terrible, played one half, and got benched for a rookie, Deshaun Watson, who is going to start tonight's game. That's why I picked Houston at number two. Let's go to number three. The New York Giants absolutely looked like crap on the Sunday night game against Dallas. Couldn't run the ball, couldn't throw the ball, receivers couldn't get open, offensive line couldn't protect Eli. Defensively, their defense still played great in that game, only losing 19-3. Their offense did absolutely nothing. So the Giants come in at number three in the bottom three of the NFL Week 1 power ratings. Now let's go to number four, the Cincinnati Bengals. They played terrible in Week 1. the only team to get shut out. So I'm going to put them at number 4 for the week. No showed, couldn't protect. Dalton had 4 turnovers. They played absolutely terrible. A.J. Green couldn't get open. They couldn't do a thing offensively. Defensively, they only gave up 20 points. They lost 20-0. Plain and simple. So they're at number 4. Now let's go to number 5. The Super Bowl champ, New England Patriots. Couldn't do anything offensively really that much in the game, be honest with you. Rob Gronkowski had 2 catches because Eric Berry shut him down. Completely shut him down. That's why I picked New England as in the bottom 5 of the power ratings for week 1. Tom Brady did nothing. Gronkowski did nothing. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't stop their pass. Their defense played lousy. So that's why I took New England in the bottom 5 at number 5 for the power ratings for week 1. Now, let's do a quick recap. My top 5 power ratings: Chiefs at number 1, Vikings at number 2, Rams at number 3, Ravens at number 4, Jacksonville Jaguars at 5. Now my bottom 5: Colts at number 1, Houston Texans at number 2, New York Giants at 3, Cincinnati Bengals at 4, and New England Patriots at 5. Those are my power rankings for week 1. I'm Matthew. Enjoy the ball!